in there. Let's put some land in here, some land, right? Let's put some, you see this little tiny one? Let's put a little tiny piece of land there. This is all like earth and water. This is all different waters. And plus here, this is our land. Look at the United States there. This is South America. That's the ice crater there, right? But this has more. Let's see. This has another layer right here. This is a bigger, according to all these, I'm drawing this bigger so we can see and concentrate here. So here we probably have another layer of ice there, another round layer with openings too. It's probably opening here. I know definitely there's an opening on the wall right below South America. There's a little cut right there that you can get out of.
Facts.
There's another one up here that I'm watching too. So when this, you see these walls are 400 foot high. So whatever comes here, these are the four corners of the earth, right there, right there, right there, right there, right? And now here, there's probably lands here. There's another piece of land there. Who knows? There's another piece of land there. There's another land there, right? All right. So all these craters, this is probably, from here to here is probably 60,000. And I'm just drawing in perspective so we can get it. Okay. So now, this is inside. I want you to see all these craters, right? We're looking on top of the water, right? We're looking on top of, these are lily pads, but these are craters. And then it goes into water and then some other land, right? And then over here, there's another, this one is probably not ice. This is probably land ring. This is just ice because there's something happening because there's going on here. Remember, we are the center. This is the center of the universe. So the hyperbola starts here. And I'm going to show you, and that's why the sun crosses right in the middle, because the cell is shrinking. Let me explain why the sun is doing an elliptical figure 8. Okay. All right. So now this is where we live. Okay. Now, if you notice, it's a complete circle. That's a cell. This is a living cell that fluctuates. Now, this cell probably has portals. A portal, right? Probably. And then it's probably connected to another one over there, really far away. Another portal that's connected to this one. And then that's connected to that one over there. But that's connecting to one over there. But then there's another circle here. This is a different web. This is a different web that we live in because everything is so above, light below. What am I drawing? Like, look what this looks like. It looks like neurons, right? That are connected. But guess what? We live in a giant neuron, but it's a bubble that's half full of water that's living. So this all here, this is dense water that is hitting this firmament, dense water. This is different waters all the way around. So you see right now, the way this lays is this cell that we live in is only half full of water. So when we see it, it does this, right? So that cell these are the foundations of this earth, because if there's waters and waters, because these are the waters that God separated from above. Okay, these are the waters that God separated from below. You have a bubble. This is a separation. And then the scripture said, in those waters were more waters. These are the more waters, right? These are the more waters. So here, and if you get any cell, you get a nucleus. Like, these are the more waters. So here, and if you get any cell, you get a nucleus. Like if you blow a little bubble, right? If you blow a little bubble, right? With let a little thing, with a little jar, right? You blow a little bubble, right? You blow a little bubble here, and it's like, so that little bubble, when it forms, there's a nucleus right in the middle, a static nucleus. You don't see it, but it's magnetic. So it's a nucleus that's keeping that bubble in circles. But what is the pressurized ether? There's a pressurized ether in here. So this is fractal fluid. So whatever comes out turns spherical. Even smoke, when smoke appears, it's spherical. You just can't see it, but they're little smoke, little bubbles, tiny little specks of spheres. So anything in this water, that the air that you breathe, turns spherical. So that's why everything is spherical, right? So a bubble has a nucleus, a static, until it blows up and there's nothing else. So always an enclosed container has static, right? So now we have here, we live in this cell. There's a nucleus here, right? There's always a nucleus in an enclosed container. In static, in Tupperware, in a laundry, there's always a static there's always static. So this thing is probably underwater here, but here, this is our crater here in the middle. This is where we live, right? And now I'm gonna draw a big center hole because that's the inertia. So our land is around the hole of other lands. So we are in the center right here. Then there's other craters. There's other craters, right? Now I'm gonna show you everything here. I got a little time to spare. Okay, these are all the lands, the extra lands. You see what I'm doing? These are the extra lands right here. Oh, thousands of them, probably thousands upon thousands. And I want to point this out. You see these little craters? These are, what do you call the cathedral buildings? The cathedral churches have the glass. What is that called when it forms the vibrational frequency figure? Vibrational frequency figure is called metrics, or what kind of symmetrics? No. When it forms the little design that the glass has, that the vibrational frequency forms the picture of their little design. Well, anyway, through the vibration of the earth, that's what forms. That's what forms, like fungus, pores. Everything is spores. So the earth has made these spores, and that's where we live, in this living cell. So we're here in the center, right? So this is called the black sun. The black sun, right? So the black sun is it's resonating, and it's creating this little torus field down into the foundation and back up. There you go, down in the foundation and back up. So it's a torus field. You see the torus field? So it's going in, out, back around into the waters and coming back up. But it's spinning. It's spinning. So this air is spinning here on top of this, and so is this energy. It's spinning. So this air is spinning round and round. So this is projecting the little stars that you see. So this is like a projector, a kid's projector sitting in a room, and it's shooting up. This is the North Star right here. That's the middle. That's the North Star, right? And the Big Dipper is going around the North Star every 15 degrees. That means every hour. So this Big Dipper going around here forms this signal, this symbol. Remember this symbol? I'm gonna draw it because it's not really the symbol that Hitler used. That's the symbol to flat Earth. That's the highest piece of symbol on Earth. So you see that? That is the Big Dipper going around the North Star. That's the truth. And that's how you see that, because Hitler was a flat earther, okay, and he knew the truth.
But he turned the symbol backwards.
Huh?
Hitler took the symbol and turned it backwards
from
the original symbol, right?
Right. So yes, but if you look at it still forms it, because the Big Dipper, how it goes, you look it up, it forms the swastika. It forms it because once it goes around every 15 degrees, there's the Dipper, there's the Dipper, there's the Dipper. And it's going around every 15 degrees. Every 15 degrees, that's 1 hour. 1 hour that goes around the sky. So this is so powerful, this black sun here, that is projecting a sun, right? It's projecting a sun, right? So the sun's trajectory, normal trajectory, is going this way, round, on top of us. This is the southernmost.
Facts.
And then there's and then there's a center equator where the sun travels, right? And then there's a center here. Now watch this. When the sun is in the most southern, it shines down and it creates this, it creates a shine to the wall. Because remember, this is shining on top of all this land. So it's moving across this, all these lands. Because we're inside of this section of craters, it's inside of one dome. And all these thousands of lands are in a crater. So actually there's, on the bottom, there's in the cell. So this is floating water. So this is a floating water inside of a half a water cell. So it's a water planet. So here it is, right? So you're inside here, you're here. We are here. So we're actually seeing all the action, because now you see here, there's the northern lights here. These are the northern lights, guys, right here. It points north. So whatever's happening here, and there's always a constant cloudy hole here. So there's inertia coming this way. There's information. Yeah, yes, that's it. That's the tender spot we have in our holes too, on our heads. Same thing. Same thing. Like above, so below. That tender spot that the earth has, we have it in the skull. So that's proof right there. Boom. So now watch this. When this sun reflects off the firmament, you get these cycles, because it's a flashlight that shines a beam and it's a circle, right? So it's a local sun. So when that thing flashes on the water, it shoots a round circle. But when it shoots against the firmament, it shoots here. When it shoots against the firmament, it shoots here. So now you have a cycle moon with that. Now the sun is in the center equator, shining down in the center somewhere else, and then you get a round figure because it's shining down. It's only 4,000 miles away. So you're getting a flashlight. And if you see all those craters that are there, well, all those craters are now the full moon.
Even a pilot will show you that.
Yes.
It showed videos where the sun had like the hot spots on the clouds.
Yes, yes.
Like
So
it was actually right there like a flashlight.
right. So if there's clouds here, the clouds are going shining through like this way in angles. So if you follow the angle, the top of the triangle is source. It's not 93 million miles away. This is the sun. This is the sun 93 million miles away. That's a lot of freaking numbers in the dark. So if this were the sun and shining down, it would go, the rays will be parallel through the clouds. So if you see a cloud right there, right? And the sun is 93 million miles away, you're gonna see parallel clouds all the time. It doesn't matter where you are. But no, the sun is right there. So the clouds is like shining this way and that way. So if you follow the sun rays, it's gonna point directly to source. Right there. Right there. See something freaky in the sun shining through the clouds upwards because the sun is going across so far. So right there, this is the evidence right there. So here it is. When the sun is in the center atmosphere, is shining down to the waters and creating now the full moon. Now watch this. You got this cavity here. When the sun is in the center, most center hemisphere and spinning like this, right here, that's when we're gonna get more daylight. Okay, so the sun shines down its flashlight into this center hole. But look, if this is a hole in the center and the flashlight round flashes down, you get this. Look at that little, because it's shining down, right? So what is that right there? Look at that. So what is that right there? Look at that. So then that's when you get the crescent moon cycles. But something's happening now. Something's happening. This black sun is losing power. So that means that this cell is shrinking. The sky is falling, Chicken Little said, right? So that's true. The sky is falling, but since this is shrinking, this live cell, which is a natural occurrence, this cell is losing power. This cell is losing power, so the sun is now The sun now is changing, and now it's missing a little sliver like that. It's going into a cycle. And pretty soon, it's going to be a cat eye, like in all the movies where you see a cat eye of the sun. It's all there. That's why you see in the Catholic paintings, the little flying saucer and the sun with the little eye. So the sun is going to a cycle. That means that this cell is shrinking. So if this cell shrinks, this water will rise. Okay. So all those, you know, those craters, supposedly, okay, you know those craters that are on the earth, right? Those craters that supposedly a meteor hit it, right? No. Those craters that are miles along, 2 miles apart, that you think a crater hit it, no. They're full of all water and vegetation. Those are geysers. That's a relief valve. That's where they're all full of water. Because if this cell, this is nitty gritty shit right here, boy. This is nitty gritty shit right here. So if this cell shrinks, the waters, first of all, what's going to happen is, you see, what happens is all water's level rises. So we're going to get compromised, of course, because this is going to flood here. And first of all the waters of the earth, the fresh waters, are going to drain, because since the waters are rising, it's going to suck all the fresh water. That's why Nevada and Las Vegas was out of water at one point, and they have pictures to prove it. All the waterfalls were dried up. So this is a regular cycle. We've been reset like 5 times. This is a natural occurrence. So this is happening right now. So what's happening now with the sun, right? Since this is closing in, the power gets more magnetic. So now this starts getting closer to here, right? So if this is creating a force, right, it's going to draw the sun. So the sun is now, instead of going around, it's going to go like this. Because this is causing a difference in the atmosphere. This is the magnetic north, for real. So if that sun, if this gets so close, and when this comes down, the sky keeps on getting closer, and the stars, hello, I'm a stargazer since I was a kid. And now, when I was 15, the Big Dipper was this big in the sky, right? It was that big. Now it's like this. That big, because it's getting closer. This is getting closer. The sun will get closer. The sun will walk on water again. That's the Christ coming around. And this is the cross. When the sun crosses, and it crosses right on the United States somewhere. It's going to cross right here.
No, it's going to do that April 8th.
Right here.
You heard? On the equinox. You heard, Ruben?
Yes. That's it.
April 8th is going to be equinox.
And then it's going to come this way. And then you see what's going to happen when it comes this way like this. That's when there's 3 days of darkness here. You see? So look, check this out. Check this. It's going to take its time. It's going to take about 3 days. And then the light is going to come and hit it again. And then it's going to go. And then guess what? The moon, this motherfucker disappear. And now the moon stays circling because it's a new sun. So the moon is going to stay in, and now there's the moon is going to create another moon. To this cycle, when it's going to go into that cycle, and that's it. So that's what's happening here. This energy is creating, so since it's closing down, the sun has to come down. So this is a magnetic energy in here. So if this barrier comes down, the sun has nowhere to go but down further, spinning further down onto the ground, right? So that's why you're gonna see the moon huge as fuck like that, and the sun is gonna be like huge. Okay. So you see, so that's basically exactly what I'm picking up, what I'm channeling. And when I meditate, I see all this rotating. I climb into astral projection, and I'm here on top looking down at all this, and that's what I see. since I memorized everything, you know, and I feel it. So that's what I see, and that's how that elliptical thing is happening, because there's a magnetic force shifting the sun, and this is how it works. So it's going to go like that. So when it turns here, when it turns over on here, the corner, that's when it's going to take longer, because if it's round like that, we're going to see it. But now it's going to go and take its time and go like that, and right, and then that's when it's going to be 3 days of darkness, which is the regular, it's normal 3 days of darkness. That's where it's going to be, but it's going to be normal. It's a normal occurrence. It's a normal occurrence. But of course, there's going to be water, but you know, if somebody stands over here, if somebody puts a machine here and a machine here and turns on the machine from here to here, you're going to get a gust of pressure, right? Plasma. If you get a magnet here, all the ether, since it's now magnetized now, there's, remember, if they're doing this,
code blue, code freeze, ER18, ETA 5 minutes.
Right? That's what they call it. An element plus the ether. Plus the ether. So now you have a new element along with the ether. So let's say the ether is this right here. The ether molecule. Now you have an added molecule to it. Right? So something that is being introduced makes this bigger. So therefore the wind is stronger. The rain drops are larger. Okay, the molecule of the rains get larger. Okay. So this is it. So instead of all these circles, now you have these things that are creating more density in where we are. So that's what's flying around now. That's why the wind is so stronger, the waves, everything. So what they're adding, what the program is adding is happening here. So if you turn on a microwave here, it'll go across the whole earth. And who knows if it goes in and out. So yeah, so basically, was that good for you, Duke?
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
It certainly did, because it lines up with the fact about the equinox.
That's right.
That's coming April 8th, 2020.
So did I just explain the equinox, bro?
You did, because it's going to cross like that over America.
Wow. You see, that's what I saw in my vision.
April 8th. Look it up.
Yes,
April
I know. I saw that. Yeah.
Equinox. That's what we're here for, because you made some shit, made some sense. Some things make sense to me just now. Like, that's exactly what's going on.
Did you record all that?
All this is always recorded.
Okay. Are you going to put it onto your little videos? Because I love it when you do that.
Yo, all right, cool.
And I'm going to make one too. I want you to send, or after you make it, I'll post it on mine.
Right. I'll send you footage first before I do all the posting, so you can have it without.
We got it. Yeah, for sure.
We can do a collaboration.
But wasn't